Hi, it's Avraham Goldhar from GoldharSchool.com, the home of big picture Jewish education. I want to share with you today the secret to a powerful and successful Yom Kippur. We know Yom Kippur is the holiest of the Jewish holidays. It's referred to in the Torah as the Sabbath of Sabbaths, the Shabbat Shabbaton. And within the opportunity of Yom Kippur is a capacity or opportunity for tremendous change. We can correct the wrongs we've committed over the course of the year. We can address attitudes, negative attitudes, which have affected our choices and what we've done with our life over the course of the year. And it's a tremendous opportunity for cleansing. But we also know that change is tough. And with the greatest of, intentions, sometimes it's not easy to follow through. And tradition teaches us that there's something actually more fundamental, that comes first before we do all the repairs. And that's something in Hebrew called Shiva, which is our aspirations. Our aspirations is really what drives us and where we're going in our life. And we have to address what are our greatest and highest aspirations. An analogy is given of a man who wants to go to a certain town, and he gets on a wagon, and the wagon driver takes off, and he's actually going the wrong direction. So after some time, one of the passengers asks this man, where are you going? And he says, I'm going to a certain town. He says, you kidding me? This wagon's going the exact opposite direction. So the man says, oh, not a problem. And he turns around in his seat and he faces the direction towards the town that he wants to go, even though the wagon is going still in the direction of the wrong town. And that's a mistake that we often make. If we approach change, repentance, repair, making amends as something I got to do and I should do, and it's the right thing to do, then those changes are not going to be successful or permanent or enduring, because our aspirations are not in that direction. What we want to do on Yom Kippur is have the highest aspirations. We want to kind of soar to the heights of moral greatness. We want to dig deep down on the day of Yom Kippur, what do I really want out of life? Who am I really? Am I a person that gives in to anger or jealousy? That's what I want for my life, to operate on that. Do I want to be a person that can't control desires or my appetites, or do I want to be a person with discipline and control, and then who's standing tall and stable as we make the decisions? Do we want to be pushed over by the wind, or do we really want to be solid and strong and maintain our commitments? Who do we really want to be at the end of 120? What are our highest aspirations? And if you think about the day of Yom Kippur, you will see that that's really the way the entire Yom Kippur service is structured. In many synagogues, people are wearing white, a white kippah, or a white kittah, a white kind of gown, because white represents the color of purity in the angels. On Yom Kippur, we want to be like the celestial beings. We don't eat or drink like the celestial beings. Right? We stand for a lot of the service because our understanding is that the angels above are always standing in service, always ready to fulfill their mission. That's what we want to do. We spend the entire day in synagogue, not focused on the outside world, but addressing the Almighty and trying to get as close as possible and saying prayers that go deep into our being. The whole day is a day that we get in touch with our deepest aspirations. And therefore, when we can kind of hit the high notes and realize who we are as a people, as a nation, we have schlepped through 3,300 years of human history. We've gone through basically almost every type of struggle you can imagine. We've had heroes and heroines of every single type. We've established standards in education and values and taking care of one another, which has just been enduring for millennia. We are the Jewish people. We're here to hit the high notes, to be the light unto the nations. And Yom Kippur is the day of the greatest sense of light. So if you want to have a powerful and successful Yom Kippur, let the light shine on you. Open yourselves up to kind of get in touch with really, is your aspiration just having something? Is it going somewhere? Or is it something much deeper that will shape the way you walk the earth for the upcoming year? That is the power of Yom Kippur. So really take the opportunity to reflect and think about, who are you? What makes you tick? And if you could choose the highest high, the greatest sense of well-being and dignity and control and a sense of purpose that you could walk through life with, that's what you should aspire to on Yom Kippur. Get in touch with that, because that's who you are. And the more you get in touch with who you are, then the changes will come easily. And even though changes, we believe when it comes to action, should be smaller steps, but if you're moving in the right direction, the wagon is going to the town that you want it to go to, then every little step you take will get you there. So have huge aspirations on Yom Kippur, the highest of the high, and then make changes, but small steps, but in that direction. And then those steps will lead you to where you really want to go. And may we all be sealed this year in the book of life. Lashana Haba B'Yerushalayim, next year in Jerusalem.